Hello, my name is Shelby Connelly. I'm the owner of Apothecary Chocolates here at 5 Elements Living in Colton, New York. The chocolatiere Ballou is working on birch butter bars as well as our new balsam fir chocolate bar that's going to be out for Christmas. We started, I've been in acupuncture for 22 years. 5 Elements Living has been here. This space with the commercial kitchen has been here for going on 6 years. And the chocolate, I think we're going into our 4th Christmas of putting it together. We started in October 4 years ago. So it's not quite, we're just coming into our end of our 3rd year into the 4th year.
So these are going to be maple bourbon truffles. Start with the mold, and this has a transfer sheet in it, so that'll look pretty when it comes out.
I also have certification in cancer care. I deal with a lot of people that are in pain, and I enjoy taking care of people, especially women, and I found that I wanted to add to that. So we have a beautiful commercial kitchen here at 5 Elements Living that we use for the retreats. I thought, what could we do that adds something special or exciting to healthcare? And that would be an apothecary chocolate. So not just chocolate in general, but something that has herbs, botanicals, and living here in the North Country, we wanted to use tree syrup. So we have maple syrup, balsam fir syrup, and birch syrup.
Just fill bowls. This is how you get a filling inside of a chocolate. People are always curious as to how you do that. Make sure it gets into all the little corners so you don't have any air bubbles.
We work with H3 Designs in Messina as well as Forevermore Studios, and they've always helped me hone in the craft that we're doing here. So they help me with my design as well as the production. So I would have all these great ideas about the recipes or the colors that I wanted to use, and Angela would come in and correct me on some of the recipes on what worked and what didn't. And then H3 Design would say, you can't really put maybe these colors, these textures together, so he would help with the design. And Forevermore Studio always saw a bigger piece of how to put it together as a business, as well as the connection we have with the community. Well, the best part about living here is the community, and it is the connection that we have. So one of the fun pieces of putting chocolate out there is also being recognized when you're at a show or when you're in the grocery store line. As people have said, I've tried your chocolate, I love it. I love giving it as a gift because it looks beautiful, but the taste is amazing. So at first we think it's just our friends that are helping us out and our neighbors that of course wants to be successful. But the best part is when a stranger comes up to you in line or at a show, they've said they've been trying the chocolate that they bought at one of our wholesalers. And so that means a lot to us that we're putting something out there that they're not just coming because they like us or they are doing it as a favor to us because we're their neighbors in the community, but that it's something that they have come across because they've known somebody who knows somebody. And that's how the whole world works, is we know. We work one-on-one here, and I know that Angela is in a kitchen without windows. And even though we are working on our creativity, we really enjoy being out in the public when we get to do our shows. We get to see what people are saying in front of us about the chocolate and about the designs. So even though we work really well, we work individually. She works in the kitchen, I work out here, or I'm at H3 Designs or Forevermore Studios putting together the pieces of the packaging. But when we work together and we stand together behind the counter, we get to interact, we come up with new ideas. So probably one of my favorite spots is when I get to actually work with her in front of other people. I will have a vision of what I think it should look like. As you know, there's lots of different brands, wonderful brands of chocolate in the world. But what's fun about being here is using our natural resources that we have, like the tree syrups. But I wanted to be in a package that also represents who we are here in the North Country. That is why it was important that I use a local designer putting things together and a local chocolatiere. Angela and I went to school together. So again, building our community and keeping it in this area is really important to me, so we can put it out to the world, but we do it as a collaborative. That is really important to me. It wasn't just about, I'm just going to make chocolate. It really was about, who else can I bring in with me to not just put it out to the world, but to show off their talents.
This is a perfect example of what happens, is I say, I want to use birch syrup. So I give it to Angie and use birch syrup, and then I come out here and she's made them look like birch trees. I didn't, like, that's like the artist in her.
I've been doing acupuncture for 22 years, and I work at 2 hospitals in the cancer center. And I found that I've always worked off the side, building off the side of my home because of kids, and it was just easier. But I was finding that women were asking for more. And while I had a lot of information about where to send them for, whether it be for surgery or massage or chiropractic, I wanted to bring more of an educational piece. So I built the building to bring women together in community so we could talk about, in a group, what we can do to be more aware of our wellness and our health and be more self-aware. So the space is really an educational place, and then when we add the chocolate to it, we've done a few events here that have brought, you can try chocolate and taste chocolate and then talk about it as women, and that grows into something bigger about what women are going through and what they're feeling and what their experiences are, whether it's joy or pain. And I just found that by doing a collaborative with other people makes the wellness process a little softer. I want to make sure that people understand that the artists, when they are working and putting in their talent, it comes from a place of joy and fear and upset that they put out into their work. And they're often alone in their studios and thinking that nobody understands what they're going through, nobody sees what the pieces that they've been through. And when you put it out there and put it in gatherings, whether it be in a gallery or an event, that again, those artists can come together and not just commiserate. It's not about being upset, it's about sharing the joys of what it's like to put their art together.
So the trickiest part about filling the mold is not filling it too much. I need to have a little room at the top so that I can add chocolate to seal it off.
I'm Ballou, and I'm a chocolatiere at Apothecary Chocolates. I've been here for about 4 years now. When Shelby has an idea, brings a flavor to me that I haven't worked with before, it's a matter of tasting things first. I know what chocolate does, and I know what chocolate tastes like. So when introducing flavors into it, that's kind of the creative process. Starts with tasting things and flavoring things, and what flavors go with what, what's too sweet, what isn't, and we'll pair well with chocolate. So yeah, that's the creative inspiration there. When I first started doing chocolates, it was very basic. It was chocolate and a flavor, and it wasn't a matter of layering. And I really developed a profile where you layer flavors, where you'll get one flavor first, and then another one comes in as you're eating the chocolate, as the chocolate melts. You know, discovered that like cayenne pepper will hit you at the end of the chocolate. Most people, you tell them it's got cayenne in it, and they want it right in the front, but after the chocolate melts is when you get it. So you can layer flavors with chocolate. I didn't start that way. It started with just basic, chocolate and orange or chocolate and peanut butter, and now it's more complex. So I'm adding more things and more, I guess, more exotic type flavors into chocolate that you don't usually expect. I like the change of seasons. That's very inspiring because you get around, if you can equate flavors to seasons, you get, like right now in the autumn, you get warm flavors. You get your pumpkins and your gingerbreads, and they're very warm. If you think of it like an artist's palette, they have cool colors and they have warm colors. The autumn's a very warm flavor kind of a season, and then you move into the cool winter. You get mints, and you get very clean and crisp flavors like oranges and fruits. And the summer as well can be an either-or kind of thing.
That must be good to take out all your frustrations.
Certainly is. Some days it's yeah.
The North Country, just in the way that it moves through its seasons, is inspiring because it brings in local flavors that you can add in maple syrups and things of that. Maple syrup can be in the spring and it can be in the fall, so it's very versatile. So the North Country, just in its natural cycle of seasons, is the inspiration for the chocolate. Working with paper is a very 2D kind of thing for me. It's a matter of color and pattern, whereas chocolate is a matter of flavor and it's very 3D. You have to think and more three-dimensional to me. And you have to consider that chocolate is going to be consumed. It's not something you're going to hang on your wall and you're going to keep for years and years. It's something that you eat and you enjoy it in the moment. So it's more of a present versus a future kind of a way to see it too, I guess.
So we are on apothecarychocolates.com, and when you get on there, you get to see the where to buy. We have about 23 going into 25 different wholesalers. Here in St. Lawrence County, we have Maple Run Emporium, Dernaby, Willow Tree, Nature Storehouse, and Connect Orchard. And we also make chocolates for Sweeter Creations in Waddington. So that's good for here, meaning you can come here to 5 Elements Living and we have chocolate, but I really want to make sure the businesses that are carrying it also bring in customers. But again, we are all over New York State and we're in Connecticut, so you can see that online at apothecarychocolates.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.